gonna shout it out now. It's in the people I meet. We're gonna shout it out now. We're gonna shout it out now. It's in the people I meet. We're gonna shout it out now. I heard it from the street. I heard it from the street. We're gonna shout it from the rooftops. Here we are. We will be gone till we figure it out. And we'll be shouting from the rooftops out loud. We're gonna shout it from the rooftops. Here we are. We will be gone. We're figuring it out. We'll be shouting from the rooftops out loud. Old song. The opening statement, the high court cases, to convince the other jurors.
An American slow-down folk rock singer came to Korea to turn his dream into reality. To promote his music, he performs on the streets whenever he has time.
Hey Busan, you're a southern kind of charm. 안녕하세요. 미국에서 온 가수 데이브 벡입니다. 요즘 서울에서 경리단 살아요.
Of all countries in the world, why did he choose Korea? Today on Heart to Heart, Dave Beck, whose passion for music has brought him all the way to Korea.
I would stay in one place.
Joining us today is Dave Beck. Now, slow-down folk rock singer with a very enchanting voice and charming looks. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Would you like to say hello to our viewers that are watching? Maybe give a brief introduction of yourself?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name's Dave Beck. I'm an American songwriter, and I'm living in Seoul, South Korea now. Great to be here.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. We've got lots of questions about you, about the music that you play, the music that you love and are into. But first of all, could you begin by telling us about your activities in Korea?
Sure, yeah. I do a few things. So I'm a musician. I perform with a band, and we play around. I play solo and sometimes with the band. And I'm also a teacher. So I was a kindergarten teacher, and now I'm teaching elementary school. And I also have been a Korean student from time to time. So last year, I went down to Kumgang University, and I studied Korean a little bit.
Okay, so
have kind of multiple things going on.
How would you rate your Korean? How well can you speak Korean?
Passable.
Passable.
Needs improvement, but it's every day, getting better. So.
All right. So you work with children, so I assume you love children?
Yeah. My favorite part about teaching is kind of the connection that you get with the kids and getting to know them and having fun with them, for sure.
Right.
So.
But most of all, you really enjoy music. You are a musician.
Yes.
Now, of course, due to the rising popularity of K-pop these days, it seems like so many people, not only Koreans, but even foreigners, they audition or they even debut sometimes, hoping to become an idol star in Korea.
Yeah.
But your music is quite different from the so-called K-pop. So tell us about the kind of music that you play.
Yeah, and I think compared to kind of the idol, the idol shows, it's kind of felt like I was always didn't quite fit that mold or didn't quite fit that style. But I always, in the same way, I would love to have a big audience and have that kind of exposure and connect with a lot of fans. But my music is, so I play acoustic and I play with a band. And so when I'm acoustic, it's more folky, singer-songwriter. And then when I'm with a band, it's kind of like melodic rock, a little fuller. People call it melodic folk rock. Yeah.
So what exactly is melodic folk rock? I mean, well, to be exact, how is it different from, the ordinary rock genre that most people are familiar with?
I don't think it's quite as hard music, like it's not really hard music, but also from my point of view, that it's really melody driven and lyrics first. So I kind of really focus on lyrics and melody to kind of guide the song. Whereas maybe other rock groups, it's kind of the guitar and kind of that force from the music that kind of drives the song usually.
So I'm also curious, when you write songs, let's for example,
Rooftops, yeah.
Rooftops. And other songs that you write, do you normally write about your feelings, like what you see? For example, if you're on a rooftop somewhere in Seoul, do you write about the feelings that you feel in Seoul? Or what are your songs about?
Yeah, it's usually an experience firsthand that I kind of really have a connection with that experience. But there's usually also something kind of deeper or something else I'm trying to write about, usually like double meanings. So maybe I'll have an experience in the song, it's really literal, but I'm also kind of talking about something else too, or if you kind of look at the lyrics, maybe there's something else there as well. That's what I try to go for and when I write. But the song's kind of like that. If you build it.
Sound as good as the tune.
Could someone please just tell me kindly what my true intentions are? I see the shadow lurk behind me in the dark. Hear him whisper, go, go, go. Is this for certain? No, no, no. Did you know that if you build it, they could come?
So your favorite Korean artist is a legendary rock musician.
Yes.
Shin Jung-hyun. It's a very difficult name to pronounce.
Shin Jung-hyun, he's great. And I think I think most people would consider him one of the grandfathers of Korean rock. So I'm in big company with liking him, but it happened to be the first kind of non-K-pop song I heard, and I just really connected with it. When he performed one of the videos, he had kind of a very unique style, but it was really believable, I thought. Like I could just kind of feel his performance through the screen.
So you found out about him doing a search on the net?
My friend went to a record store, I think by chance bought his record, and as an American friend, and he played it for me. He's like, this is great. And I was like, oh, wow, it's really great.
He is a legend. I mean, but what is it about Shin Jung-hyun or his music that appeals to you?
It's a little bit of a different style of rock than I kind of have heard and that I would listen to. But and the first time I heard it, I didn't know the meaning. But now I've kind of learned the meaning and the connection has grown. But it was just the performance and the way he sung. You could feel kind of his feelings in the song and the way he sung it. And to me, that's the number one way I kind of connect with music is by kind of connecting with an artist and feeling their performance.
And how many times would you say you listened to that song?
100?
100? Then you must know how to sing the song.
I can sing it a little bit.
Yes, could you maybe sing just a part of that song for us?
You want the verse
viewers?
or the chorus?
The verse.
Verse. 한 번 보고 두 번 보고 자꾸만 보고 싶네. That's like the low version.
Da-da-dun.
아름다운 그 모습을 자꾸만 보고 싶네.
Yay!
모두 사랑하네. Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a great song. It really is a great song. So,
And I think the first time I heard it, I wouldn't have thought that that kind of a chorus was coming. You kind of, all of a sudden it just switches and,
yeah.
and it's a really nice melodic chorus.
Yeah, that's a great song. Very popular. Now let's talk about what you did before you came to Korea. This was up until just 3 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
You worked in Manhattan.
Manhattan, New
You
York.
worked as a barista at a very popular cafe, I heard.
Yeah, so I was working at Think Coffee in New York, in Manhattan there, and we were a small kind of a shop, and but we were on the Korean TV show 무한도전 by chance, and I was there the day when they filmed, and yeah, so we became a lot more popular in South Korea after that.
So is that what made you want to come to Korea? I mean, was it like a sudden decision? Okay, I'm going to go to Korea. Or have you, for a long time, wanted to come to Korea?
That was like the first kind of like point of kind of like interest. And actually at the same time, the university I went to, our football team, our uniform was in Girls' Generation O's music video.
Oh.
So at the same time, like all these sports writers were writing about Girls' Generation in the United States, like who's this group that's interested in our school? So all of a sudden, Korean culture was like a part of my life. And so that definitely opened the door to, well, what is Korea like? And I came over with Think Coffee in 2011, and I got to see Korea. And at that point, I was like, I would love to come here. And so, I decided to come.
Now, you already had an album release in America before you came to Korea.
Yeah.
So you did perform, playing in Korea when you came. So did you feel that maybe it was a good chance for a change or like a new adventure?
Yeah, I kind of had felt like I was ready to change. I'd been in New York for a while, and New York's amazing, but it's also a hard place to be as well. And I thought, you know, there's an opportunity in Korea. Like, I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I feel like I had the kind of sign, like, give it a try. Why not? What could you lose?
So maybe it was destiny. I mean, music has brought you here.
I think so. I think so.
Now, you mentioned something about busking. And,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So how is it different from in the US and in Korea? How is busking in America different from
I
busking
didn't
in
do
Korea?
busking that often in America, but when I came here, I didn't really know where to play or how to book a show. I didn't know Korean. So I was like, well, I'll go on the street and play. And that's not true. I've done busking like once or twice, but it's not always legal. You have to, in the United States, you have to be careful. You have to find the right spot and the place. Sometimes you need a permit.
You do?
So it's more complicated. But what I found amazing here is that even if people seem busy, like people will stop and watch 10 seconds, a minute, and give you like their full attention. And I was just blown away by that when I first came here. I don't busk as much anymore, but I did a lot my first year.
Why don't you busk as often as you did before?
I think I got busier. You know, I liked to busk in kind of quiet places where it's not really loud street or a lot of music playing, and with no amps and no microphone. I like to do like really natural kind of. I don't want to be like, look at me, look at me. I just want to be a part of the scenery and the environment. But some places you can't exactly busk anymore in the quiet places. So I got busy. You know, life catches up with you. But I'd like to get back out and busk more.
Where was it that you went to busk for the very first time in Korea?
Insa동.
Insa동.
A couple of different places, but some of the places where there's not as many cars, like more people walking and just kind of, you know, it's kind of a traditional feeling.
Yes, yes.
Which is why I didn't want to use an amp. I felt like that would be disruptive. But it works to just sing nicely and people kind of come and watch and they're kind of just enjoying their day. It's a really nice environment there.
Yeah, Insa동 is a very a quiet street, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can get.
Sometimes you're right. Sometimes
course.
it's.
But usually it's quite quiet and peaceful. This long street with shops where you can buy souvenirs.
Yeah.
So it's very traditionally Korean.
I find it really relaxing just to walk around there. I really love it.
And he always plays with passion and heart, and his music's great lyrics, great guitar work.
Dave has been following this music career path that not a lot of people is taking, and I think that's very courageous and noble of him.
I think the first time I saw him live, he was doing an acoustic show at Think Coffee in Apgujeong for just a handful of people. And the last time I saw him, he was rocking with his full band to a packed house in Hongdae. He's been taking his Korean studies serious and working with some really incredible musicians.
안녕하십니까. 안녕하세요. Hello, my name is D. Anthony. I go by D. I am Dave Beck's drummer. We've played together for about 3 years now. I'm very happy with the progress that we have made here in South Korea. And I just wanted to say that I'm very, very proud of Dave and what he is doing here in Korea. He is accomplishing his goals and he is continuing to move forward. Let's go, Dave! Fighting!
Tell us about one of your most memorable responses or experiences from busking in Korea.
Before I wrote the Korean part of Rooftops, it's the easiest song to sing, so I taught them. And there's just one time when everybody kind of just joined in and tried to learn and tried to sing it. And so you have everybody kind of doing it. And then this little kid comes out and starts dancing.
Oh, really?
Super cute. So just when you have everybody connecting with people, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Now, you have busked at many different locations in the U.S. and many more times in Korea. But I'm sure that when it comes to, giving open performances, busking out on the streets, the location is as important as the singing.
Yeah.
So how do you choose the locations?
Well, for me especially, because I don't use the microphone, I don't use the amp, I have to find a place that's not too loud or people won't hear me. And that being said too, if you use an amp or a microphone and you go to a place where you're too much, I think personally people are gonna kind of be a little bit oh, you're it doesn't fit the space. So you wanna go where a lot of people are, but you kind of have to pay attention to, is this a loud place? Is it a quiet place? And kind of fit in with the place. So, but yeah, if people aren't there, then that's not a good spot.
Have you ever returned to the same spot?
Oh yeah. A couple of the places in Insa동 and on the Han River. That's where I kind of went all the time.
The Han River, just by the Han River.
Yeah.
That sounds like a perfect location.
Yeah, and I mean, it's more of kind of a peaceful, you don't always have people kind of there, but sometimes they are, or sometimes, if not, you're at a beautiful place playing music. So it's a win-win.
And the kind of music that you do, I mean, it's very, very calm. It just kind of eases you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it fits that kind of park.
Yeah, exactly.
Not tropical, but river.
So, of course, you sing solo, but you did mention something about your band as well. So you record, you play with a band.
Yes.
Tell us about the band. Do you just work with the same band members, or?
Yeah. So I have a band, a guy named D. Anthony who plays in Seoul. He plays around different bands, and a guy named Casey, who also plays in another band called the Cicada State. So we kind of work, we're kind of the musicians that kind of work together, and they have different projects and work around our schedules. But we've been playing for 2 years.
Okay.
So it's been fun to kind of grow together as musicians and as a band. And we wrote the last 6 songs of this album and just finished recording.
It's wonderful. So how did you all meet, though?
I worked with the bass player, and then the other drummer I met through Craigslist, and it turned out to be a great match. So you never know.
Down, 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 down. It's how I do with the space stuff. Target, expo, put on a little pace of control. Get close, we can feel it. Faster, take hold. Been down this road and I won't let go.
Do you plan to continue to sing for a very long time?
Yeah, I hope to. This is my second album, and I would love to keep doing this for as long as I can.
And could you tell us about, a bit more about your second album, the songs that you've written, the types of songs that you have on your second album?
Yeah, so the first few songs I wrote in New York, so like 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh, wow, so long ago.
Yeah. And I didn't get a chance to record those there, and then I've written about 6 songs that'll be on this album. Like I have a song called Busan, so Korea definitely fits into a lot of the stories or a lot of what I'm writing about, my experiences here or just life here. And so we just finished recording those songs. But like I said before, I try to take the experiences and apply them to either different experiences I've had or different kind of life themes.
What is Busan about?
Busan. It was the first, so I went with friends. It was the first like vacation that I took outside of Seoul, and it was May. It was like the perfect time of year, and I kind of had this like, oh, I want to move here feeling. And my friend jokingly said, oh, you should write a song about this. But then I kind of just actually had this inspiration, and I wrote a song about kind of like the grass is greener on the other side. Busan's an amazing place, one of my favorite. But if you go there, it has winter. You have to work. Not every day is a vacation. You can't go to the beach. Life happens, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, that kind of life quote that I wrote about.
I guess that is a wrap for today's Heart to Heart. I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for joining us.
I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy that you have, found your way to Korea. And we hope you continue to write wonderful songs about Korea. I guess not only about Korea, but best of luck to you.
Thank you. And maybe next time I'll have more Korean songs as well.
Sounds perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Busan. It's the mutual decline of the green other side. Did you stop the season? Did you halt the change in tide? Perfect blue, fake it to redesign. Did you reach the pretense? Did you sell the boardroom now with a steady highs? Meet demand, no decline. I wanna escape this. Whoa.
escape this? Won't you escape with me? Won't escape this? Won't you escape with me? Won't escape this? Won't you escape with me? Won't you escape?